So we're going to continue with fractions, but we'll be reviewing all week. Now, it'll be 6 days on Friday since I got COVID, so they'll say I can come back to school. Ooh, how exciting. Now, don't forget we have next Monday off. Today we're going to look at when you have a fraction, when do you have to worry about being undefined? Well, it's only undefined when there's 0 in the denominator. If there's a 0 in the bottom, it's undefined. That is true all the time. What did I say? If 0's in the bottom, it's undefined. That is true all the time. Holy moly. So when it says, when do you have an undefined for this problem? Now, this is written in function form. It's just a name of what's going on over here. F of x it's called. But really just worry about this. What would I put in for x such that the bottom would be 0? Well, just set the bottom equal to 0, or the denominator, and it's 0. 2 divided by 0, 0's on the bottom. It's undefined. That is true all the time. So, when do I have 0 in the bottom? Well, set it equal to 0 and solve it. So I would subtract 2 from both sides, and it'd be negative 2. So when negative 2 is put in for x, I'd have a 0 in the denominator, meaning it would cause an undefined for the problem. Cannot do it. That's what undefined means. Can't do it. So, what do you put in for x? Add it to 6 to get 0. What plus 6 is 0? Or just set it equal to 0 and solve it. So it'd be negative 6 for this problem, would be the undefined. Now, for these problems, it's still the same thing. The undefined happens when the denominator is 0. So what would I put in for x to get 0? So just set it equal to 0. Now, if you remember way back a couple months ago, factor it. So it'd be x plus 2, x minus 2. So x plus 2 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. Subtract 2, x equals negative 2. Add 2, x equals 2. So you actually have two different numbers that would cause this fraction to be undefined. Because 2 squared is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. Bam! Undefined. Undefined. Come here, Trixie. Come here, Trixie. Time to show you Trixie. Here he is. So even, undefined, that's right, Trixie, good. So negative 2 squared minus 4, that would be 0. So here, x squared minus 9 equals 0. So x plus 3, x minus 3. So x plus 3 equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0. So we would subtract 3. Here we would add 3. So the answer is negative 3 or 3. So do you remember your factoring or not? Do you remember your solving or not? Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember? So next one. So again, set the bottom equal to 0. The denominator is 0. It's undefined. So factor it. X plus 5. X plus 2. So x plus 5 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0. Subtract 5. Subtract 2. So you're just asking, when is the denominator equal 0? That's all you're asking. So we're just solving. We did this. Spent mucho time. So right now, find the answers to find the undefined for the last 3 problems. Freeze the video and then turn me back on. Okay, so again, the only way this can be undefined is if the denominator is 0. So remember how to factor. X squared is x and x. What do you multiply to get 18? But when you add, you get 9. Last term's plus, so both signs are the same as the middle. So that would be 6 and 3. So x plus 3 equals 0. X plus 6 equals 0. Subtract 3, x equals negative 3. X equals negative 6. Again, all that matters is when is the denominator equal to 0. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be a hero. So, when I factored this up, factors of 4 that add up to 5. So, when's it equal to 0? X plus 4 equals 0. X plus 1 equals 0. Subtract 4. Subtract 1. Last one. When does x squared minus 9x minus 10 equals 0? So it'd be x minus 10, x plus 1. Remember, when the last term's minus, the signs are opposites. And you subtract the factors of 10. What do you multiply to get 10? You subtract to get 9. So it'd be x minus 10 equals 0. X plus 1 equals 0. Add 10. Subtract 1. Okay. Part 2.